program Still With Me Sofie from English Solution, and you are still watching Speak Up on STRABIZ TV.
Yeah.
And today is really a good day for me because I'm here with very inspirative person.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And yeah, maybe you already watched our last episode. We were here with Mr. Ian English, and now yes, I come back here with Mr. Ian again from Ghana, right? From Ghana. So today we're going to dig deeper about the program that we already discussed before. It's about English for entrepreneurs, right? Okay, so maybe if you want to know again, Mr. Ian, maybe Mr. Ian, could you please introduce yourself?
Right. Again, right?
Again.
Hello. Hello, viewer there. My name is Ian. It's Ian English anyway. I'm from Ghana Education. We're working with English Solution, and I'll be talking more about some programs. It's how do you call? It's actually part of English for Entrepreneurs. And as we early explained it before that, we already talked about it. We already talked about the outline of English for Entrepreneurs at the early episode, right?
Right.
Yeah. And today we'll be talking more about the simultaneous program of English for Entrepreneurs, right? And here I go with the pack of learning cycle, because this actually simultaneous program is designed to have a complete simultaneous program. It's actually consists of procure and apply. The next is consider, and the fourth is actually transform. Right. And the process of learning is actually difficult if we put it separated from our life, really. But here we suggested to put the process of learning itself to put in daily life, and that's really important. So by having the PACT learning cycle, which is concept of 4-step: procure, consists of knowledge or ability, and the second is apply, to put into practice, and the third is consider, to evaluate and assess, and the very important thing, number 4, is actually modify and adapt. That is actually the cycle, the learning cycle of simultaneous program English for Entrepreneurs.
Yeah. So it's really focused on how the entrepreneur apply
exactly
English in their daily life.
Exactly.
Maybe for supporting their
their business, their activity, right?
Yeah. Because it's really, English is really now for entrepreneurs. Maybe it's the supporting tool, right? For expand the business too, right?
Sure.
Okay. So that's for the program.
Right, but before I go further, let me talk more about the context of English learning itself, because so many unsuccess program, that's what we call, right?
You already mentioned before, right?
Right, just because of it's difficult to understand the concept, really, and it's really important, because I think when we talk about English, you don't just focus on the procure, which is contents of knowledge or ability, but you also need to apply, really put it into practice, because by having more practice, as we know that practice makes perfect, right? And by having practice, but we still also need to consider, and we need to evaluate and assess to what we have been doing so far, right? And that's focus on the consider. And this is also very important thing to do, is actually to transform. The concept of transform or modify and adapt to transform way when you practice and put it into modify and adaptable real condition of English, because as we know that there's so many things to do during the during the modify and adapt. Yeah.
So it's not only learning the theory.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
The maturity can be implemented,
Yeah.
directly implemented.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's very good program, I think.
Thank you. Thank you.
All entrepreneurs should join this program, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So after this, we'll still discuss
Sure.
about discuss more about maybe you want to talk again about the program and
Yeah.
also
Sure.
another information about this program. So still watching us here, and we'll come back after this break.